I mean, they really celebrating this shit. This shit is crazy. Me personally, I wasn't a fan of their celebration at all. Like, I was not a fan of the Oklahoma City Thunder celebration at all. Like, come on now, this is a celebration. I mean, did these dudes win the championship? It's good to see that they learned how to open champagne bottles. That's good to see. I mean, my grandparents done partied harder than these dudes. Dudes don't even know how to open a champagne bottle. Fuck out of here. Pass these guys some Capri Suns, man. Get these dudes some Kool-Aid Jammers, some Big Bursts, some Hawaiian Punch. Fuck out of here. Tyrese Haliburton was able to undergo successful Achilles surgery. As we know, he suffered that torn Achilles in Game 7. He also left a letter for his fans. Me personally, I skimmed through it, but you're welcome to read the entire letter on his Instagram if you like. Now, who will the Pacers draft? So the Indiana Pacers will have the 54th pick in this upcoming NBA draft. Will the Pacers make any trades or do anything on draft night? We've seen Kevin Durant go from the Suns to the Rockets. We've seen the Boston Celtics ship both Drew Holiday and Kristaps Porzingis to separate teams. CJ McCollum was traded for Jordan Poole. And don't forget Desmond Bane to the Magic. Like, it's been a lot of movement. Will the Pacers make any trades? I wouldn't bank on it. I mean, maybe something for the future. But who knows what's going to happen? Who knows? Because we know anything can go down in the National Business Association. Should the Pacers do anything? Should the Pacers make any moves? Or should they just stay content with picking at 54? Y'all let me know.
Really started studying the power of the mind, you know what I mean? Just writing stuff down, just kind of hold myself accountable to it. So one of them was I want to stay healthy. You know, I was going to be successful this season. I was going to set boundaries this season, and we were going to be champions of the East this season.
Champions of the East this season? Do you feel like maybe you sold yourself a little short?
Yeah, you know, it's funny because, you know, you take goals one step at a time, right? And then, you know, the biggest goal was to finally, you know, get out the East and get there. Then all of a sudden you're here, and it's like, well, never thought about what happened once I get here.
Oh, that's why you ain't show up, huh? That's why you ain't show up, huh? You felt as though since you won the East, boom, you was here. You ain't know what to do once you got to the finals, huh? Oh, that's clear to see. That's clear to see. 10 points, 4 rebounds. Really? Really? 4 rebounds? Really? You averaged a rebound a quarter because he been with the Pacers for 10 years? I'm supposed to ignore that? Because he done survived numerous trade rumors? I'm supposed to ignore that? Because he got his own fan section? I'm supposed to ignore that? Come on now. Had the Pacers had a real center, they would have beat OKC in 6. Come on now. He can't take advantage of mismatches. You get an athletic rim-running center. A guy like Isaiah Hartenstein could have easily been run off the floor. That would have been light work. And then they go put Chet at the 5. Chet Holmgren, are you kidding me? Chet Holmgren at the 5. They were comfortable with that. Too comfortable. Chet Holmgren at the 5, you should have constantly put pressure on him. The Pacers had an advantage in the paint, but they really couldn't take advantage of it because they don't have the center to do so. Chet Holmgren didn't face no physicality the entire series. Nobody got physical with him at all. You don't need an all-star center. You don't need a Karl Anthony Towns. You don't need Jokic. You don't need Embiid. You just need a modern-day center. Like, what are you standing behind the three-point line for? Rim running center. That's what you need. If you had that, you would have beat the Thunder in 6. A rim running, athletic big that brings physicality. You think somebody's going to leave a rim running big open? He's at the dunker spot. But there's people out here that think the only way for a center to provide floor spacing is to shoot threes. People wonder why was Tony Bradley on the court. Rick Carlisle wanted rebounding. That's why he was on the floor. Rick Carlisle wanted rebounding because his starting center wasn't doing it. So he had to dig deep into the bench. And no disrespect to Tony Bradley, because I'm not saying he shouldn't be on the NBA floor. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is that he shouldn't be on a NBA floor while a finals game is in progress. And I don't even blame him. And I don't blame Rick Carlisle for playing him. I blame Myles Turner. Because had Myles Turner showed up, you wouldn't have seen Tony Bradley. Or if you would have seen him, you would have seen him a lot less. And offensively, Tony Bradley gives us nothing. He or Thomas Bryant, none of them give us anything offensively. And Myles Turner is expected to hit free agency. And knowing the Indiana Pacers, they'll most likely keep him. And to be completely honest with you, there's only really one good reason to bring Myles Turner back. Just to keep that same lineup. Chemistry. That's why we keep Myles Turner, to keep that same chemistry, even without Haliburton. We know the Pacers as an organization is still going to go full throttle. Like, they're still going to be competitive. You know, the Pacers have to see what they're going to do with that point guard position. What would you do, Bowen? Go get Chris Paul, man. And I know he's not the old Chris Paul. Well, actually, he is the old Chris Paul. Go get Chris Paul, man. Chris Paul would be perfect for this team. For 1 year? Are you kidding me? Chris Paul is the perfect player to get. I mean, sit back and think about it. You get Chris Paul, you ain't got to change a thing offensively. He's not going to put up the points as Haliburton, but he can match the assists. You can take him from the Dallas Mavericks. You're offering him the same role. They're trying to get him to fill in while Kyrie is out. And he isn't a liability on defense. I like the idea of him and Rick Carlisle being together. Two basketball savants. I mean, if the Indiana Pacers want Andrew Nembhard to be the starting point guard, he has to work on his handles. Young Lockdown has to work on his handles if he's going to be the starting point guard. TJ McConnell is not a starting point guard. And it's not like Chris Paul is going to be playing 30-plus minutes. I mean, shit, him and McConnell can damn near split the minutes if you want. I mean, Chris Paul at the 1, TJ McConnell as the backup, and you always can slide Andrew Nembhard down to the 1 if you need to or if you want to. As far as Myles Turner, anything long-term, I ain't got nothing for you. You know, I'll give him a 1-year deal. You know, overpay him for 1 year if you got to. Nothing long-term. If the Pacers get this guy a 4-year contract, I'm going to be pissed off. But don't get mad at the facts, though.